Hi, this is Sharon with Positively Provost, and I also own It's Time Promotions. Today, I get to meet with Kari, who I consider Kari a really good friend. Kari, you've been there with me for a long time, many years, and very knowledgeable, Kari. So Kari owns Edgy Fit. I don't know how many years you've been there. I know I've been going there for a long time. So Kari, I'm just let you take over, introduce yourself, and a little bit more about yourself, please.
Hi, thanks, Sharon. Yeah, it's been a long time. 2011 is when we opened Edgy Fit. But before that, I had basically started my program. I guess I should back up the bus a little bit. I was born and raised in, I guess I wasn't born here. I was born in Prince George, but raised in Provost. And then I raised my family here, and so my kids are all grown up now. Just one recently graduated, my last one last year, so we're on a new chapter of our life. But in 2008, I started Stroller Fitness with FCSS. I was the program coordinator for Parent Link. And I just found that there is a need for these moms to get active with their kiddos, and for lots of different reasons, for mental health and physical health. So we offered that program through there. And then it just kind of expanded from there. I started doing like a step strength class out of the Legion, where Parent Link was offered at that time. And it kept on evolving. I invested in 17 spin bikes and started my spin studio over in Maverick there. A lot of people have fond memories of spin classes. And then when Crescent Point Place was built, I moved over into the front space there where Parent Link is now. And then we moved into the back of the building on the east side of the building and evolved over the years into more back there. So that started in 2011. The Edgy Fit, what it is now, and has really evolved and grown since then. And
Sorry, Kari, I did not realize you were on the other side of the arena at one time.
Yeah, we started in the front there just because Crescent Point wasn't finished fully at that time. So until they finished the backspace, then I moved back there and invested in all of the equipment that is there now. So took a big leap of faith and kept on evolving from there. So it's been a lot of changes over the years. So a lot of things have happened and grown, and yeah, it's been awesome.
Yeah, and one thing, Kari, you have, when you say grown, like we always are evolving. And one thing I can commend you on is how you always want to improve yourself so you can help other people. Like you're always taking courses, you're always being a better person, learning as much as you can so you can help us the best that you can to us, right? So thank you for that. Can you explain a couple of your certificates that you have?
Yeah, so I started, thank you for that, Sharon. I started as a group fitness instructor, and then I evolved into personal trainer. And then in 2011, I went to Ottawa and got my first level 1 certification as a fascial stretch therapist. I thought it was a neat type of service that I could offer that wasn't offered anywhere near here, because my certification, I had to go to Ottawa for the first one, and then my second and third one I had to go to Phoenix for that. So there's not a lot of stretch therapists around in Alberta. And when I ventured into that, I really wanted to work with people who use their body all the time, athletes. And at that time, my son was he started playing hockey, a lot of higher level hockey. And I just kind of went with that. And I started going to Lloyd because he was up there playing hockey, and I started working with lots of different athletes that were all different levels, and got lots of experience, built out my clientele there, and did that up until actually last year. And it was hard for me to let go, but I knew that I just could no longer keep on driving there and doing what I was doing, because it was big days. I would go there and I would stretch anywhere between 6 to 9 clients, which is a really challenging day, because anybody who's had stretch therapy, I'm physically using my body throughout that whole entire hour. And I was working on athletes that were, 12, and some of them were, 20, 30, and then all types of different bodies. So, it was physically exhausting and a long day for me. Plus, I also was Edgy Fit was growing, evolving, and so my time, I was stressed. It was just too much, right? So anyway, so I shifted and stopped going there, but everything that I learned from working with so many different people and building so many different relationships with other people in my industry helped me grow and evolve to where I am today. So that was a great experience.
Actually, even just all different personalities, you even grow from just being around other people.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, it's so crazy. You told me once, and I don't know anything about hockey, so that you got to stretch somebody that you were really excited about.
Yeah, I actually, so I had built a relationship with somebody in Calgary who helps me actually do some training and learn some more things. So Doug Ashley, and so he had me up there, and I worked with, stretched a lot of his athletes. He works with like a wide range of athletes from, that are in the WHL, that are in AAA hockey, and NHL players. So he had me up there, and I got to work on some like Jordan Eberle and some other elite players. So I was pretty excited. It was pretty exciting for me to do that. So
that's exciting and a huge honor. That just shows your expertise level right there.
Well, it was the neat part about working with so many different levels of athletes is just, everybody's body at different levels is moving differently and feeling differently. So it was really neat experience for me to have that.
Can I elaborate a little bit on that, Kari? Because we talked a lot about the athletes, and I know that's where you're going with, but it's not just for athletes. Like, I can't touch my bloody toes.
Yeah, and so that was the big part where I had initially gotten into it, because I had recognized when I was working one-on-one with clients in the gym that they had so many restrictions. So I just, that's why I got into it, is because a lot of people struggle moving well. So fascial stretch therapy, I work from the joint out into the tissue, and fascia runs throughout your whole entire body from the bottom of your feet to the top of your head. So it's actually a really neat form of therapy to help people. And just to mention on that, it's actually really neat because Alyssa Rabb, she owns AR Wellness, and she does therapy out of, we share a therapy room at my gym, but we also too work together with clients where she does cupping therapy, and then I'll come in, so she'll do cupping on some clients, and then I'll come in, and for the next half hour I'll do stretch therapy. So we've done a lot of collaborative work that way. So yeah, it's really neat. It's a great form of therapy to add to other forms of therapy. So
right. And our video might be a little bit longer than most because I'm full of questions. Can you explain to people why it's so goddamn important, like, to be able to just flex, like it's so important in more of the ways than you would know, not just so touch your toes. That's the least bit of it, but it's so important. Can you explain?
Well, back fascia, like it intertwines in spider webs between your muscles, tendons, and ligaments. And if we compare it to wearing a tight pair of jeans, if we're wearing a tight pair of jeans, we're not moving very well, right? We're not using our body to the full capacity that we should be able to. So when your fascia moves, when you're able to move well, there's lots of blood flow that's happening, and you just feel good, right? Like we can all, relate to that. So yeah, we all need to focus on wanting to move well throughout our whole, part of our whole entire life.
Yeah, like you don't want to be restricted from, simple things like, being afraid to walk, or not being able to walk up and down the stairs eventually. I know that sounds crazy, but there's simple things like it could easily happen, right? So it's just, it strengthens, yeah. So I've been stretched from you a few times, and I know I do a lot of cursing and swearing at you.
You do.
Yeah, I do. But it feels so good after, and I can't believe I haven't been there for a while. Well, I can't right now anyways, but yeah, it definitely helps. Okay, yeah, so from the facial, if I pronounce that right, I always say facial, that's wrong. What's it?
Fascial.
Fascial. Anyways, what's the next one, Kari? What's your next certification you got going on there?
Okay, so I guess it was 2 years ago, I did my third certification. So I got the sport specific fascial stretch therapist. And then last year at this time, I actually started taking the OPEX coaching certification. And I am just only finishing that up now because it actually was intended to be a year-long program, but that has really changed, I guess, how I do things and how I want to and can evolve as a business in the services that I provide. So OPEX coaching is individualized training, and it focuses on like business, fitness, lifestyle, and nourishment. And when I started doing that, I started opening up my, my remote coaching, right? So it's allowing me to evolve and pivot my services, which is perfect because here we are.
Yeah. So can you elaborate? You said business. So when you said business coach, is that just business, like your kind of business, or you can help other people? Like what does that mean?
Yeah, so the awesome part about the OPEX coaching course is that it first went through the business aspect in my industry.
Okay.
So yeah, so it taught me, I guess, more about what kind of services and how I can provide my service to my clients effectively in my business as I change and evolve, right?
Okay, and then the lifestyle part of it?
Yeah, so the lifestyle part of it is teaching people better habits. I'm basically training what I do with my clients in the gym connects up with what they do outside of the gym. So, I'm building basically a lifestyle with my clients on around their fitness in the gym.
Right, because even like it is, I think, anyways, like the lifestyle thing, like I see you're trying to promote more biking, they don't even have to be clients of yours, right? You want to go biking, maybe organizing some hiking together. Like there's lots of different lifestyle aspects, not just going to the gym.
Yeah, like to me, my whole idea of living well for myself is what I do in the gym. Longer in the gym. That's not my goal. Okay.
Sorry, just 1 second. I gotta lock my dogs up. They were so quiet, so I didn't lock them up. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I have a little Yorkie. He's this big and he's an asshole. Hold on. Come on, Rue. You had to go in. Let's go. Sorry. We got a lab puppy and he likes to play with my old little Yorkie, and that doesn't really work so good. Okay, so we're back to lifestyle. So let's go, Kari.
Yeah, so everything that my goal in the gym, and I think 99% of the population, is what they do in the gym, it will help them live better beyond the gym. And to me, I love getting out and exploring in the outdoors, doing lots of different things, and I want to do that for the rest of my life in lots of different capacities. So, you know, I love to bike and hike and paddleboard. So, you know, just those sorts of things are important to me. And I wanted to, I guess, create a group in our area of like-minded people that want to do things like that. And I have lots of friends that I meet up with, that we go on little different adventures, whether it be, you know, to Jasper or beyond, you know, to out to BC, or you know, or just locally, you know, within our 2-hour radius or 3-hour radius. There's so much we can do in Alberta here, you know, with biking and paddling and hiking. So yeah.
Like even the whole fresh air, like that's even good for the brain, and you know that more than anybody. Can you explain to everybody what happens with that?
Yeah, well, getting out daily has been part of my life like forever. You know, even when my kiddos were little, it was always important to me to get outside, even if it took 20 minutes to bundle them out, and we spent 10 minutes outside because it was -40. I did it because I just felt like it was important to me to get outside. We've always had a dog, so walking my dog, running my dogs has always been part of my lifestyle as well. And early mornings. I like early mornings, so
Me too.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think just those people that are at home right now, just find an excuse to get outside, right? Like just take advantage of it.
Yeah, 10 minutes of fresh air. You know, even last night it was 8:30, and you know, at that time I should be maybe trying to wind down a little bit, but I still had lots of client programming to do and such. So I got up and took the dog for a walk. I love spring evenings out for strolls when it's dark. It's refreshing and it's quiet, and so that's just, I just do it even if I only have 20 minutes to go. And
Yeah, it was actually really beautiful last night. Like gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
Okay, Kari. So is there something, do you want to talk about your training there? Are we down there? Or can we go to the next subject? Or you got
Let's
more
go
training?
on to the next one. Yeah.
Okay, the next thing I want to chat to you about, because I know it's really important to you, is your group of your team that you have at Edgy Fit.
Oh yeah, the girls. Yeah, our team is what makes Edgy Fit go round and round every day. Yeah, my team. We've all, when the doors were closed, we all had to pivot and, you know, go to online classes, and the girls were absolutely amazing at, I guess, getting over the uncomfortable of videoing themselves or going to live stream classes, just to keep our members engaged and to help them, because that is our goal at the end of the day, is to, you know, we work so hard at improving everybody's fitness, and part of their you know, their daily routines is coming and meeting each other at the gym, our members. And so when everything shifted, they were really sad when that happened. So we've been providing daily classes we created an online hub for that. And so between Alyssa and I, in the first couple weeks, I think we were back and forth on the phone with each other like 10 times a day, just trying to move to an online platform. And yeah, so there was a lot going on. And then April, she's been doing some her classes online, and Kate and Alyssa had previously made some boxing videos so that we could provide those online, because Kate and Alyssa were doing boxing for the youth, the young girls in our communities. So people have probably seen those videos online. So that was really important. And then Kari, another one of our trainers, she was providing evening classes. So she's been doing one live in the evening because she's still working up in the physio department. And then Alicia LaRue, she's our yoga instructor. And so she's actually been doing an online platform of her own and providing yoga videos for her clientele. So yeah,
that's really awesome. Team, I know it because I'm really proud of my team also, but team is everything, Kari. Like everything.
yeah, the girls, they were so amazing because of course, you know, when everything went down, there was a lot of emotions that happened in the first week. It was really emotional for me because since 2011 I have never closed my doors until that day in the middle of March. For 365 days out of the year since 2011, Edgy Fit was open. So yeah, it was really quite surreal to go in there and lock those doors. And then every day that I went in there for the next week, I pretty much cried. And yeah, so it was really emotional. And then also too, of all the things that I had to think about, what about my team? How am I going to help support them through this? And, you know, they've worked really hard to be certified in what they do. And, also to our members, I have members that have bought year memberships and 3-month memberships and 6-month memberships. Well, you know, everybody's up in arms because like that's hard, right? You've put X amount of dollars forward for a whole year membership. Now your gym is closed. So to my members that I froze their memberships, and then I also provided them equipment to take home so that they could keep their fitness going. And yeah, so there was a lot going on in the first couple of weeks. And then you and I had talked a lot. I was actually pretty blessed because that I was in the coaching certification that I was, because they're located out of Phoenix. And because now in our industry, everybody's on the same playing field, right? Every gym across the world is in the same place, right? We're all struggling. What do we do? So anyhow, they have actually, on the business end of things, they've provided so many business Zoom webinars. It's been incredible. So I spent 2 weeks just soaking all that in, and I learned so much in my industry just by connecting with coaches from all over the world. And yeah, so it was really hard, but it was really good because I feel like I've grown so much as a business owner and as a coach in what I do. So, yeah.
We've had to evolve our services, that's for sure. Like, you know, like you can't stay dormant.
No.
You can't stay dormant.
Yeah.
You
So
gotta shift up.
in that way, it was really good because I've always had that side of me, that entrepreneurial in me that wants to grow and evolve and learn and whatever. At first, Les was like, "What? Why are you on the computer all the time?" So I don't think half the time he understood what I was doing.
No, they don't.
Yeah, and now we have a greater understanding of what my business is, because it's so much more than classes, right? Like there's a lot going on over at Edgy Fit that he wasn't even aware of.
Right. Before I jump in to ask questions about the Hub platform, because I think that's quite in depth, can you explain? I know you also got product there, Kari. Can you explain to everybody what you got going on there?
Yeah, so that was another challenging part of my business because I sit on so much product there. So with the doors being mandated to close, that how was I to get that product out the door? So I had been advertising it like crazy, which takes so much time online to sell products. So back and forth to the gym to pick up product to sell it. Some of it's has expiry dates on it. Like I saw kombucha and then my proteins. So I thought, well, I know that I'm going to be closed for, probably till I'm guessing, end of June. But in my business, because we're going to hit summer, our economy is struggling here. I might not be to full running capacity, what I consider capacity, until September. We're looking at 6 months, right? So yeah, so a lot of challenges that way. But it's everything's coming together. I feel.
So do you have any product left, Kari, if anybody's looking for anything? Or
I do. I still have lots of kombucha. Well, mostly on keg. I think I've sold all my bottles of kombucha, so I have lots of kombucha on tap that I need to sell so that it doesn't expire. And then a little bit of protein left, foam rollers. I got trigger balls. I still have quite a bit of product on hand, but yeah.
the kombucha, not everybody knows what that stuff is. I think that's good stuff. What can you explain to?
Yeah. So kombucha is a fermented product, so it's good for gut health, to get rid of that bad gut bacteria, and it's also too refreshing to drink. I find that I will drink it just for something different, to have as a liquid. So
Yeah, no, it's nice for sure. Okay, so at the end of this video or on the feed, should I be putting down your cell phone number if anybody wants anything, or how?
Yes, please do.
Okay. Okay. One other thing, I'm going to save that hub platform a little bit more. Can you also have in your gym the Alberta Health, like your gym is totally wheelchair accessible, which is really cool, and I know that because of Candy, and I didn't know. I never even put two and two together because I just ran up the stairs there. But so that's a really awesome. But you also have, I know Alberta Health is involved with your gym as well. Can you explain to us?
Yeah, Alberta Health Services approached me quite a few years ago. I think they've been coming in for 5 years now, I want to say, but it was the Primary Care Health Network. And so we have two different programs. One's an exercise therapy and the other is the Breathe Easy program that they cycle through throughout the year. Like they work it into I guess into blocks, like 4-week or 8-week blocks, I think that they do it into. So the exercise therapy program, a specialist therapist comes from Wainwright. I think, Wainwright she's coming from. And so she does up a program for the clients that are signed up in this program. And it's a free program through Alberta Health Services and Primary Care Network. But it's for individuals that have had heart attacks, strokes, and that sort of thing. So they're rehabilitating them back into moving well. So so they come in there, and all sorts of different ages, some that are 60 plus, some that are, under that age, and many of them, none of them, mostly that have come there have ever come to the gym. So it's actually really cool. They come in there and use all the equipment, and she shows them how and gives them a little program to follow. And
That's really cool. Another thing when I'm there, Kari, I think it's cool because I'm on the treadmill. I like the treadmill, and I'm on the treadmill, and it doesn't even have to. They're not even part of your gym, but I don't know if the handy van brings them, but there's like seniors walking the track.
Yeah, that's the seniors walking program through
That is
FCS.
so awesome. Like that's so great that they can get mobile, especially during winter. Like what a great community we have, right? Like to be able to these people to get out. I think that's awesome. Another thing, Kari, some people are afraid to go to gyms because they think they're going to be judged. But I know for a fact that that will never ever has happened at Edgy Fit. Opposite.
Yeah, you know, it's so funny, and that's like across the board, across the world. Everybody has that fear in them for some reason, but it's really interesting. I've worked with lots of clients one-on-one that have come to me that, you know, I've encouraged them to step out of their comfort zone and join classes after I feel like, you know, we've done one-on-one together, and you know, now it's good. You can own your own fitness, because that's my goal as a trainer, is to get people to a place where they can own their own fitness and either go on their own with the program that I developed for them or join into our classes. And I like to encourage people to join into the classes for a lot of reasons. It's the accountability piece of it, but it's also too building relationships. Like, I think that the awesome part about our gym is that people are so supportive of each other. You know, like everybody's excited to see each other and high-fiving, and there's even sweaty hugs that go on, you know, when you after you accomplish a workout. And you know, it's just that kind of atmosphere. But just the relationship building part of it has been a big piece to building friendships. And that was another reason why I've created that Facebook group to go out on local adventures, is because like I love to meet other people that like to do the same things that I do, and just go out, have good conversation, and you know, just I don't know, and be active, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, back in the day, because as you know, I'm a huge sweater. Like, I mean, I sweat like a son of a bitch. So there was a time in my life, probably even before Edgy Fit, I didn't like going to gyms, Kari, just because I'm like that bad of a sweater. And as a female, it's not cool. Like, it's not cool. But at Edgy Fit, I don't care. Like, I don't. And you've told me, I remember being embarrassed one time, like, oh my God. And you're like, like it doesn't, you know, it's,
Yeah.
but everybody also, like, I wonder how is that going to work, Kari? Because I know like your gym too, like it's protocol, and I think we follow it, or most people do, about the instant wiping off. Like, you wipe off your product or your equipment when you're done, right? So you're already doing the cleanliness there already, enforcing it.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, when people come into, I mean, our classes, everybody in the classes, everybody just does it, right? But people that come in and buy memberships, I tell them right away, okay, the cleaning supplies are here. Here's the towels. Here's the clean towels. Here's the dirty towel basket. Clean your equipment off and put your stuff away when you're done. You know, common gym etiquette, but most people do it. Some people don't, and yeah, try to control that. But
It's good though. Like, I've been there, and there's, you know, like, another thing I've noticed about Edgy Fit, you're getting more and more men coming, which is awesome. Like, there's lots of men actually that go, isn't there? Like, I don't know, like, so even, I mean, my husband, he's not very clean. And I just assume most men are like that, but they're wiping shit off. Like, it's no problem. Like, they're doing it,
yeah,
right? So
yeah.
that's really awesome. So I know before COVID-19, you had multiple classes. You had boxing classes, you had a noon class, you have yoga class. There's different. Can you explain a little bit? Or do you think you're going to go back that way? Should we talk about that right now? Are you okay with talking about that?
Yeah, definitely. I had just from my, yeah, we'll definitely go back to that, because our community loves those classes. When we go back, I think that there's going to be a lot of guidelines that we're going to have to follow, of X amount of people, you know, and set up the space a little bit differently, that people aren't sharing equipment, you know, for a long while now. So
Yeah.
we're going to have to start implementing, I think, lots of different strategies like that, where, you know, you change how you do the class, and everybody has their own equipment that they're cycling through the class with, and their own, you know, space. So we'll just change things a little bit like that, but definitely we will go back to our class model, because that's, people like that. But also too, with my individualized coaching, model that I've been taking for the last year, I've wanted to pivot into how that model looks a little bit more, and I think when we come back, I will implement that strategy, and we'll talk about that at another time. I don't want to get into
betcha.
it.
No, because we go on to that. Yeah, okay.
But the nice thing about this is that the coaching course that I've been taking, their model is actually right now in our current situation, their model is the best model to deal with this COVID situation. So yeah, anyways, but
that's very exciting.
We'll go back to this.
Really, really exciting. Okay, just talked about products, blah, blah, blah. So I think we're ready for Hub.
Yeah, so that was an interesting transition for us. So our we called it the EF Community Hub, and you can find it pinned to the top of our Edgy Fit Facebook page. But we created that hub because we were in the middle of the month, and all of our members that were currently coming to classes, we needed to transition them into a private space where they could go take their classes on a live feed or else a recorded video every day of the week. And so that's what's in our hub. And then on top of that, then we added actually a different element a couple weeks later, which actually we started it last week. And so we're doing a 6-week build better healthy habit nutrition program. And so anybody who is in our membership hub for $68, they can be part of this Build Better Habits nutrition program. And all it is just a way for us to stay on track with our habits and focus on our health, not to add any extra stress, but just to give us ideas on how to better cope through our days and being mindful, right? Because I know for me, all my healthy habits that I've developed over a lifetime here have helped me get through this situation. I know I had posted the other day that if I hadn't stuck with my healthy habits, I'd be in a tailspin right now and not being able to deal with what I have dealt with over the last few weeks in the transition with my business. And, it's just kind of staying with, I've pivoted some things. Like normally you and I were early morning risers, and I have been turning off my alarm clock and allowing my body to get up when my body wants to, which is usually 5:30, 6:30, which is a lot different than 4:30 or 5, which has been nice. But I've been, working actually, I would, in some ways, longer days than I was before, just in a different capacity, a lot of online stuff, which is exhausting. And then, just emotional stuff behind that. So yeah, I just know, like for myself, my habits of staying away from things that are going to cause me stresses in my body, inflammation, is going to reflect on how I come out of this and how I cope through it. So for me, I've been staying away from sugars. I've been getting my sleep. I've been hydrating well. I've been moving every day. And sometimes when my workout that I have planned for myself, sometimes it doesn't look like what I wrote down for myself.
Right.
I end up doing something different because my body's saying, you know what, whoa. So yeah, it's.
So one thing, Kari, because you mentioned it and I forgot to, we should have brought it up at the beginning of the conversation, that actually is one thing that our country, the world, I think is going to have huge issue with is mental health. I think that there's families at home that are having issues. I think that people are struggling because there's stress, abnormal amount of stress. So fitness is a huge contribution to mental wellness. And can you maybe explain to people why it's so important to maintain some kind of physical activity just for mental health?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of conflicting thoughts in people's heads around that. Like some people are like, well, you don't need to be worrying about your fitness now. And fitness isn't going out and banging out a workout that you're laying hot and sweaty on the floor. That's not it. Fitness is just moving and breathing and staying strong mentally and physically. So if I get up and move and get that blood flowing, and just simple things like breathing deeply, like we do a lot of that stuff on the hub. I've been doing live mobility sessions for 20 minutes that just gets you up and activating and moving and getting that blood flowing through. It will change your just how you perform the rest of the day, because you're in a more positive place in your mind. So, when people think about, oh, I don't need to work out right now, I need to, just let myself be. And I'm like, yeah, but it's better if you just keep on with your habits and move, get some, go outside, get some fresh air and some sunshine, and it'll change your mindset for the day.
Right. One thing I noticed as cruising through Hub, like, like, and that's a good point. You had mentioned that you don't need to be a hot, sweaty mess, and it's good to do that. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
so anybody who's interested in Hub, it's not just to to bulk up and it's more for lifestyle, really. Like, right. So there's everything on there from, like you say, from that kind of stuff to, and I seen April posted a heavy duty workout this morning. So I mean, there's a wide variety that you have access to. So you're not just like, it's so many options for the people, right? That you have. Is that, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely. So on our hub, I should mention that Alyssa's been running for the last couple of years, Strength for Longevity class, and that's her 9 a.m. class on Mondays and Wednesdays. And the ladies in that group are, 50 plus. And so there are also, many of them are in our hub and are loving it, because then they can pick and choose and do what's appropriate for them. But everybody's at a different level, and yeah, it's just a space for everybody to keep on moving and staying strong, so that they can continue to, when we can come back to things, that we're not losing that motivation or that strength we gained, because every year that we get older, we lose muscle mass. So that's why it's important for everyone. It doesn't matter who you are. We all need muscle mass as we keep on aging, or else we're not going to be able to do simple things like get up and down out of a chair, or reach up into our cupboards to get something. Just living your life in whatever capacity that looks like staying in your home for till you're 80 or 90 or
it's so that's what I like about the hub, just cruising through there. It's for everybody. Speaking of which, did you see that video where I couldn't get up on my skis?
On your
I was skiing. I couldn't get up. I was like, damn it, I gotta get back to the gym.
Well, it was so funny, because I was thinking of that when you said that, like last week when it had snowed. So I've been doing a lot of training for trail running, and the coach that I've been working with on that, was initially from Calgary, but he lives in Phoenix. So he's the one that developed the OPEX coaching course. Anyways, so he was posting videos of him running on the trails or doing a workout by the pool. And I was like, oh, stop with the pool pictures already, right?
Yeah, come on, buddy. Yeah, no doubt.
I said, it's snowing here in Alberta. And he said, well, you know what you should do is put on your snowshoes and go out for a run then, because that's perfect for your trail running goals, right? So I'm like, yeah, okay, good idea. So I head out, and I haven't worn my snowshoes very much this winter. I've been running outside most of the winter, but the snowshoes, the snow hasn't been deep enough.
Right.
And
yeah.
And I've even ran around the golf course, and and I've just been wearing my trail runner runners. Anyhow, so I put them on. Well, Bo thought I was playing, and of course, you know, him being the big chocolate lab that he is, he tripped me like 3 times. That's what I felt like. Is I fell 3 times, and I come home and I said to Liz, I don't like snowshoes.
Makes it in. See, you need somebody there with a camera like my daughter was, just to, yeah, that's not
catch those moments. Yeah, it's not
yes.
pretty when you fall.
It's hilarious. And then, you know, you're laughing so goddamn hard I couldn't get up just because I was laughing. Like, it was so much fun. But anyways, but much funner if I can get back up. So that's cool. Alberta Health, we talked about the hub platform. I had another thing I was going to talk about too when you were talking. It made me think of something. Now I forget. Am I missing anything, Kari, that you had?
I don't think so. Like, I can't think of anything offhand. That's a lot.
It is a lot. Oh, I know. Kari, because you also have I don't know if it's training or certification or what it is in nutrition.
Yeah, so in the OPEX coaching course, so within the scope there, it's basically, you know, nourishing for life, right? So teaching people how to fuel their body for their workouts, and teaching people how to fuel their body to function well and to get lots of nutrient dense food into their body to live well, to feel well.
Because I know, like, so for myself, I hit 51, and when you hit 51, there's lots of weird shit that comes with that stuff. But all my life, not even being just 51, but in my daughter the same way, like not Shane at 16, but my other daughter, she's turning, holy Christ, she's turning 30 this year. We struggle, it must be like a hereditary with inflammation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there's different things that you can help people that are going through different, you know, mine is inflammation. Like, that's just something, it's in my genes. It's just the way we are. So there's different foods that you can eat to help with inflammation. But you would be able to help me with that. But there's also other people might be going through other scenarios that, you know, different foods might be able to help them, but you can help with that, or make suggestions.
Yeah, so within my scope, it depends on the person and what they're going through. So the really nice thing about all the relationships that I've built, one of my really good friends, you've heard me talk about her a lot, Tina, she's in with Cujo Conditioning in Lloydminster, but she does a lot of hormone testing and more in depth with the nutrition. So if my clients are really struggling with things that isn't in my scope of practice to help them with, then I'll refer them on to her, and we'll work together with them. So I'll with her and the client, and so I'll do the fitness end of things, and then she'll do the nutrition end of things. So yeah, there's certain things that I can touch on that's in my scope of practice, and if it's not, then I connect out with the other people in my circle that can help my clients in a larger capacity.
That's so great. So it's all about relationships. Like, I know, like, there's so many things that I've come across. I might not be able to help them, but I know somebody that can help them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So that's what it is. It's all about relationships, and going to the gym and being part of the hub community. You have access to those other relationships. Like, it's not just the physical, and I mean, that's a huge part of it, but it's also about the relationships. And that's a prime example of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because everybody's body is different, and there's always the it depends piece of it. And so that's one thing that I've really worked hard over the years, is to build lots of relationships up with lots of people that I can refer out to when we land into those positions where I don't know, I can't help you, but I know somebody that can. So that was always important to me, because not everybody should claim that they know everything, right?
No, so. And we can't know everything, and that's not what but you also got to be a good enough person to want to help those people by referring, right? And so, again, kudos to you for doing that, because, like, yes, you can have the gym aspect to it, but there's more of being an owner. There's more of being an entrepreneur. than just doing what you're good at? Like there's more involved there.
Yeah, I have Les and I talk about this a lot because he you know, he doesn't, I have a lot of emotion when it comes to my business because I'm so emotionally connected to all of my members, all of my clients, because I want them to feel good and to, you know, feel confident and to reach their goals. So that's always been so important to me. And yeah, so uh, I don't know, it's just kind of who I am too, right? Like I'm very passionate about what I do and the service that I provide. So yeah. Another actually awesome thing that I have found with, you know, technology that I love so much is that I've been having lots of FaceTime connections with my clients just to do check-ins to see how that they're emotionally handling things. And yeah, so
do you have any, well, for sure. So let's talk about the hub real quick. So the hub platform you said was 68.
yes, yeah.
So just, is that like monthly or a one-time thing, or how does that work?
So $68 a month is how, and people can join into the hub at any time. And then once, the same as when they come to the gym, you come, you, whatever date that you start on, you have access for a full month. And so right now we decided to put on a little special to get a sneak peek into what's happening in the hub, because a lot of people don't have any idea what's going on in there. And, you know, just, I had somebody just the other day phone me up because they're a friend, a relation to somebody who is in the hub, and they had told them about it. But $10, you can sign in for a full week to check out what we have in the hub and decide whether you want to stay in, if it works for you now. Maybe it doesn't, and you want to revisit back to it. But an option to pay $10, be in there for a week, check out all our classes and all the resources that we have available in there. And then if you like it, then you can pay that $10 off the $68. So then it's $58 and you're in there for full months, right?
Okay. So of course, just e-transfer for payment there. So
Yeah.
Kari, one thing, I don't know how quick, would it be okay if I did a screen share, just a quick view through it to show everybody?
Yeah, please do.
Okay,
Yeah.
just bear with me, everybody. I don't know if you're looking at my face or my screen yet. I'll see if I can do this. Just one second. Exit full screen. Bear with me. I'll try to be quick. I'm also working with no mouse, so that's really hard for me right now. I'm using my little pad on my. Hold on. Facebook. So it's EF Hub, right, Kari?
Yeah, EF Community Hub.
I'll get it loaded, then I will share my screen. I always think it's funny when somebody's staring at the screen here. About Edgy Fit. Why is this so tricky?
I was laughing yesterday, Cassidy, I was talking to one of my daughters and she was telling me she was doing an online Zoom class. And so I said to her, well, make sure you don't take your laptop into the bathroom when you have to go, because they can see you.
Yes.
Videos out on that. Not that she's.
Yeah, I think it's funny when you see people walking away and they've are wearing underwear.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got Edgy Fit, EF Community Fit Lifestyle Hub. Okay, I'm just gonna share the screen and then you can tell me if I'm in the right spot or what's going on here. Bear with me. I'm sorry, people. I'm sorry. They're probably getting bored with me. Share screen. And this is it here. I could have got you to share the screen maybe quick, but.
I don't know if I know how to do that.
Okay, so you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just EF Community Hub up here. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, what the hell? So I got Edgy Fit Community Hub. This one? No, that's not yours.
No.
Oh, here it is. Right?
Yep, that's it. There's April.
I'm gonna click on this one. So, but that's just the video. Come on, Kari.
Oh no, that's my post. Sure. That was my post from yesterday.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Why can't I find it? I was just in there this morning checking it out.
Hang on here, Missy.
EF Community Hub.
Hang on, I'm just pulling EF. Edgy Fit. Just put on Edgy Fit members community hub. That was my fault. There, it popped up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ah, there we go. Sorry, people. Sorry. I never thought of it till we were talking.
Then did you want to
get rid of our chat there? Okay, so we're gonna scroll through again. Bear with me. I don't have a mouse, and I like mice. So today, here comes the weekend. This is a quick preview of what we got going on. So that's your training program there, right, Kari?
Yeah, and over in the, so that's our Saturday live class. But if you see over in the right-hand corner there, you're on it. So those are some of our posts that we've put on there. So some different resources of stuff that we have already posted that we have going on. And
snack options. What's your snack option? I need a snack. Okay, so you actually have nutrition meals, helping people with nutrition meals.
Yeah.
And daily habits.
Yeah, and then
sleep focus. Come on, like seriously, that's awesome. If you need sleep, that's perfect.
Yeah, so those are part of basic lifestyle guidelines. So I always refer to them as the BLGs on when I talk on my website. So basic lifestyle habits that keep you in check. And we're working on stacking all of those things to live better.
Perfect. I'm going to go back. I just want to do a quick, I know April, because you said she was kind of shy about doing this, but where was
she was a little bit shy about doing it at first, but
Kari.
Yeah, there's me popping on for my live. So I've been doing live mobility workouts or mobility sessions.
So you do the whole session with somebody, and you had mentioned to me that this is perfect because you got to remember, like, people still need to connect. So everybody can still connect and comment, and they're doing this together with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So whether 3 people or 2 people or 10 people join in, I'm there doing it. So
that's awesome.
It's actually been kind of fun because I love to connect with people, and it just, everybody who's in the hub is used to the way I am in the gym, and it's just been kind of carefree and fun. And so yesterday I did this. I popped on for 12 o'clock, 20-minute live mobility session. So, it's just, I've been calling them micro movements. So little pieces that you can drop into your day that make a big, what's the word? I lost track of myself here. Impact.
You watch yourself.
I know, a big impact on your day. And, sometimes it only has to be 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Quite often for me, in the middle of my day, I'll just stop and I'll do a 10-minute meditation to just reset myself for my day. So yeah. So
those live videos are really great. So you can do it as a group with everybody. So you get out and actually talk to people, kind of getting out, but not really getting out. But then also, so I might have a Zoom meeting because I'm with my girls or something, but I can also go back and watch it. So it's like double, like it's a double, like that's a bonus, right? Like you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. They're all saved on the hub. So anybody from anywhere can access these. That's what, you don't have to be from Provost or belong to our gym. If you could be anywhere and still join our hub. And it's just, there's lots of stuff, great content that we've been adding to it over time. And yeah, we've just really embraced what it is, and it's actually something that we intend on developing more into even after COVID is over.
Right. What's this about? Plant. Yeah, you got lots. How do I go back to oh, there's your OPEC stuff. How do I go back to the main, so I can see April?
Oh, go to videos. Click on videos on the,
Here?
no, on the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe you can
Ah.
grab it. Grab
So these
grab
are, I noticed, so April here, or whoever, hi April,
it.
but she had on there, it's listed, don't see it right now, but it listed the whole workout, and then she also shows you form, which is important.
Yeah, so in all of our videos, whether they're live or pre-recorded, we do lots of different options for people. So like, say if people only have one dumbbell at home, then I'll show them, if I'm doing something with 2 dumbbells, I'll show them how to do it with 1 dumbbell. We have lots of clients that don't have overhead range of motion. You're one of them,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
On one side. So I'll say, okay, instead of doing the overhead press, you're going to bicep curl and press out in front, so you're getting, a different variation of the exercise that we're providing on there. And we try to, just because we have lots of different levels on the hub right now, we offer different options to up the intensity if that's where you are at today, or lower intensity, then you can just do like, say if you're doing high knees, instead of doing a fast high knees, you're just going to stand in one place and do it slowly, just marching those knees up. Yeah.
So good. So that's really awesome, Kari. So that's a great thing to have for our community right there. Perfect. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love it, love it, love it. So people can reach out to you if they want the hub. I'm going to put your email link on this video, like on the post, your email link. I can't tag that post because it's private only, right? But I can tag your EdgyFit site, like your normal EdgyFit site, on the post. Anything else I should be sharing with everybody, Kari?
Yeah, I just wanted to also let people know that I am doing a lot of individualized coaching. I have a coaching app platform that I have been using for my clients for over a year now, and I have lots of remote clients that I just all I do is connect with them on the app. We connect regularly, whether we do some messaging, FaceTime, but all their workouts are posted on the app and they get it emailed to them daily. And so if you're looking for more individualized coaching, whether it be for strength or building aerobic capacity, that's another thing that I wanted to mention as well. Within my OPEX coaching certification, I built on so much knowledge on building aerobic capacity and working on different energy systems that it was really quite exciting for me to learn on that piece of it. So I have lots of different areas that I can work with people on, and I do their mobility over the coaching app as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention on that, so that is something, if anybody wants to reach out to me, and you don't have to be locally coming to my gym, I can reach out and work with anybody from anywhere in that.
So it's like personal training, basically. It's personal training.
Yeah, so when I work with my clients, it depends on their goals. A lot of my clients have lots of different goals, and so yeah, we work on everything: lifestyle habits, their fitness, their mobility, their nourishment, anything. So yeah.
So if I wanted to train for a half a marathon again, you could help me.
Yeah, I sure can.
That's wickedly cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. So That's awesome. So yeah, you just don't have, it's not just our area, like you can do surrounding areas. Hell, you could do across Canada.
Yeah, actually, so really, my whole idea behind the whole reason why I took the OPEX coaching course was to move from not just being a brick and mortar, right, being a service that I could provide globally, so that anybody can access the service that I do provide.
Well, hats off to you for taking hold of this new life that we're doing and rocking and rolling with it.
Yeah, thanks, Sharon. You too. I've been excited about it. I like change. I embrace change. I still I miss my gym. I miss my people like crazy. So I can't wait to get back into it. I know, 100% in my soul that that what I do over there at my brick and mortar is part of me, and that I'll continue to do for years and years. So
even like when you walk into that gym, Kari, it's like it's got its own energy system.
yeah.
It has its own energy system, its own smell. It's just like as soon as you walk in there, I'm at the gym. Your brain is like, I don't know, it's therapy in itself. I truly believe that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if people who are part of our community, they they embrace that, they like that. And I'm glad you feel that way. I know that I said to my husband, every day that I've walked through those doors, some days I'm tired. We all know that, right? Like, you're tired when you go to work some days, but you're like, man, I love what I do.
Yes.
With every fiber of my being. There's never a day where I'm just like, I gotta go to work, and I love that about what I do.
Yeah.
And I know even popping on the lives, I'm just like so excited. I'm like, I'm going into my office and I'm going to meet my community on a live. I'm so pumped about it. And, it just kind of lightens up your day. And yeah.
It really does. No, that's fabulous. Okay, Kari, I think we're going to wind it up here soon. It's probably about the longest interview that I've done. But before you get to leave, I like this last question is, what is the positive you see coming out of all this that we're COVID-19 basically?
Oh, I don't know. I hope like for my business or for
just
what?
It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to talk about. What's the positive that you feel?
I feel like in locally, I've seen in our community that a lot more people are appreciating connecting locally, right? Like back to the old days where people used to run slower and spend more time having face-to-face interactions. And I think people are maybe going to appreciate that a lot more at the end. I know for me, I like to work a lot because I love my work. It doesn't feel like work. But on another side of things, like I have remembered that I need to have more fun and just more carefree moments, and to just enjoy life in a different capacity than maybe I had been, because I'd been working so hard.
Yeah.
So yeah, like last June, Les laughed at me because I said to him, because he had lost his job last May, and so he was just about to start his new job, and I said, let's go to Montana for a week. And he's like, you're just going to take off work and just go? And I'm like, yep, we're going to go do that. And so we just I just booked off, and 2 days later we left, and no destination, and just went with the flow and had a really, really good time. And so I plan on doing more of that. This last year I've done a lot of that, and I intend on doing more of that. So just enjoying life for what it is.
I think it makes us appreciate what we have, right? Like, like it just makes you slow down. Like, I know for ourselves, even we've been sitting at the table having supper once in a while. Like usually you get home and it's like, oh my, you just don't even want to make supper, and I still don't want to make supper. But anyways, no, there's definitely good coming out of this, Kari.
Yeah.
So Kari, I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. That's great. And the community of Provost really appreciates you for sure for all you've done for a lot of our citizens around here. Okay, Kari, I'm going to hit end, but you can stay on and we'll chat. Okay?
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Kari. End. Here we go.